Hey, what's up everybody? BDF 44 coming at you with another video. Alright, so I'm walking. I'm on my way to the housing authority place just to see if they can point me in the right direction or maybe even give me something, you know. Shoot, that's what I'm open to. But I tell you, man, I couldn't be more happy about where I am as it pertains to my effort level and how good I feel about being out and about. Unfortunately, I just walked into somebody who asked me for $1 and I literally only have $1 in my wallet. And she asked me to give it to her. I'm like, I can't give you my last dollar, but I can point you in a direction of where I think people can help her with what it is she said she had a problem with. So that's all I can do, man. People gonna ask you for your last dollar. They don't actually believe you only have $1 in your wallet, but I don't keep cash for that reason. If people want to rob me, you ain't gonna get nothing. But that's just what it is, man. I'm in a space where I feel great. The weather is beautiful. The place I need to go to is the walking distance I'm comfortable walking in. And that's good enough. You know, that's good enough sometimes. You don't really need a whole lot. Sure, would I like a trip to an island somewhere or somebody to walk up to me and say, yo, I know who you are. Let me give you an opportunity to invest in what you do. That would be a good blessing. But I think this one's good enough. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just good enough to know that you can independently stand on your own 2 feet and get done what needs to be done, which I haven't felt like I've been in control of as of late. Things that I knew I should have been doing, I just didn't feel confident to face the fears to do them. And as I get further into the situation as fight or flight, I feel way more confident that I'm able to. So that's what I like about having a relationship with God, because He gives you the ability to do things that just don't seem like you should be able to for any other reason, but because He gave you the power to do it. That's why I try to encourage people to believe in something, because I really believe it works. You know, I believe it works. I believe He's real. But also, even if they came to some conclusion that there's no God, if for some reason they have some proof that, all right, we know exactly how things happen. If that's going to be the case, I will still tell people to believe in something greater than themselves. You know what I mean? Believe in something greater than yourself, so that when you're in life, you have that ability to put certain things down that otherwise you need to be on top of, that will distract you. You got to look at it like this. 360 degrees, as far as everywhere you can see, is a direction from which something can come. If you got to be on top of all of that, how can you possibly focus on anything? You know what I mean? And a lot of people learn how to let things go, but how can you have anything secure like family and children and things of that nature if you have to be on top of all 360 degrees of everything? And even more so, it's the morality of circumstances. When you take on a hard or difficult time, how can you convince yourself to be better for those times or better for someone else in the midst of situations that otherwise come at you naturally with natural feelings? Somebody hurts my kid, I'm gonna wanna hurt somebody else. But that's also gonna hurt some other things that I don't wanna hurt. Now, what's gonna keep me from having that wisdom if not for the belief that a God believes that we are not supposed to be doing those things? Because He knows that they lead to other things that are gonna bring up more pain, that are gonna cause more pain, that cause more pain. That are going to bring even more unprecedented circumstances from within what it is that I'm doing just because I'm reacting to pain. I mean, we want to stop the pain, do we not? So it's like, that's where God come in, because He helps you understand the variable that is, not only is He going to stop that pain from happening, but He's going to put you in a position from which you can see that He loves you enough to give you the strength from which to not force yourself into those pains. And so it's like, yo, if you believe in something greater than yourself, then you understand that He wants to preserve what it is He's created. And if you believe that, then you know for a fact that He's not going to put Himself in a position to fail by way of you. So you adhere to that. You fear that. You respect that He's going to do some things that maybe don't work in your favor, but still will ultimately lead to His plan. And you trust that plan because you believe in His favor. You've wanted a blessing from somewhere else, and you knew it took somebody sacrificing something for that blessing to come. So you don't stand in a situation where you're saying, I don't believe the blessing could come for fear of God not existing, when you can't even really be certain of what sparked your existence. Your consciousness and the consciousnesses around you is still a mystery to all of us. If we were to assume God doesn't exist, and that means we're living in faith for the sheer understanding that we have no understanding. If you're a scientist, you know we ain't got to a space where we know everything we need to know. We haven't even figured out some of our social concerns. And so we need a God in 2023. If there's no God, then how are we getting this far? I tell you how we got this far, because some people believed in God. They believed in him. That's what they did. They believed in God. And they got us this far because they feared certain things, so they didn't do the worst. They held themselves checked. They hold others accountable. They believed in raising families and raising children by way of the community, watching each other's back, because they feared God and they knew if they didn't do that, he couldn't parlay us to the life that we're living now in 2023. All those people had to do all those things so that people could live, so that we could get to this point. And whatever point we're going to go to after this. So we got to continue to engage in the belief of a God, because that God is what keeps us alive. Otherwise, people are going to be on top of each other, trying to take from each other all over the place, no matter what's going on. That belief in God, whether you know of him to be existing or not, that belief has been what kept us going. It's why people ain't destroyed the earth thus far. And a lot of people say, well, God was provided to us in a sense of godlessness, you know. Slavery is what brought you your God. I was like, well, if you dig a little bit further, you'll find out that my people knew who he was before that. You know what I mean? We may have forgotten. We may have gotten lost. You may have made us forget who we were if you enslaved us and put us in a position to forget who we were. But the trick of all of that is, there's a million ways to get to God. There's a million relationships that can give you the realness of a God. Let me go ahead and take care of that. You know what I'm saying? There's a million different things that can give you that. Sorry about the buzz, y'all. I usually have that on silent. But at the end of the day,